One of these passengers is not supposed to be here. The problem is, the normal passengers are also pretty weird. If I accuse the wrong person, the train gets worse. This is HoloLine, a strange subway survival game that started as a game jam project with my friends. This video is a look at the current build, how it works, what I managed to make, and the basic idea is that you are trapped on a subway train with changing group of passengers. During each ride, you will have a limited amount of time to study them. Some are ordinary commuters, some are strange but harmless, and some are actual threats. When a train reaches the next stop, everyone has to decide which passengers are anomalies and vote them off the train. That sounds simple until a normal passenger starts staring at you. A harmless passenger changes appearance, or a dangerous one behaves perfectly normal long enough to survive the vote. Because this began as a game jam, we needed one loop that could carry the entire game. The loop became passengers board the train, ride the train, everyone investigates, arrive at the station, players vote, you get a result, and then do it again with slightly worse odds or better, depending on your sanity. The current build has that whole loop working. Passengers can enter stations, navigate into the train, act on their own. Players can mark NPCs, appear in the voting interface, and leave at the next stop if the group votes them out. Underneath that is a phase system, controlling boarding, station arrival, special choices, voting, results, and deboarding. One of my favorite tricks in this build is that the train itself is not really traveling across a giant map. Carriage stays in a controlled area while a tunnel sections move past it. This gives it the illusion that the player is actually moving and the train is actually moving, but it's actually not. As the tunnel pieces fall behind, the game recycles it to the front, repeating that cycle. That is how the illusion works. When it's time to stop, the train controller inserts a station into that moving loop, calculates when to brake, eases the motion down, lines the platform up with the train, and holds everything in place until the doors close again. For a game jam build, the system became surprisingly involved and complex. The route system handles stop and conductor announcements as the journey progresses.
Now approaching Ashford Terminal.
The current version still uses one main station model, but behind it is its route data for normal stops, special stops, and several endings that you can find. That gives us a clear path for making future stations visually unique. The biggest part of HoloLine is the passenger system. Since the game is based off behaviors, it is very important that this is the most polished. At the current game jam build, as you can see, there's some issues, but I will work on fixing this thing. Every NPC has an alignment and a behavior, but the player never gets to see those labels.
What the dog
You only
doing?
see what the passengers do and their behavior. Normal commuters can wander, search for a seat, sit for most of the ride, avoid players, look around, check their phone, yawn. Those actions are important because they give dangerous passengers a crowd to hide inside. Neutral passengers are intentionally harder to judge. A lost passenger, for example, may ask for directions. An echo passenger mirrors how you move or face, and I'll leave it at that. I don't want to give away too many of them. Although some of these neutral anomalies are anomalies, usual does not always mean dangerous. The bad passengers are more direct. They can approach you, stare, and get close to you. One might just watch behind you or stalk you. For example, the shadow follower stalks players and can trigger a full screen jump scare if you stay close for too long. Another example is a siren. As she sings her song, she sends out a sanity draining pulse. Some bad NPCs are really obvious and directly attack you or directly affect you in some way, while some others don't and are more elusive. Players need some kind of counterplay to these harmful NPCs. So during the ride, players can briefly break. If timed correctly, you can block one of those attacks and return a little sanity, but it has a cooldown, so panic spamming will not work. Because several people can play together, we added a shared marking system. When you are close to a passenger, you can label them as normal, neutral, or bad, or clear it. Everyone's marks appear above that NPC's head, as well as the color of their choice, so the group can compare suspicions without needing to stop moving or type in chat. Your own mark also carries into the voting screen as a reminder for yourself. At the station, every active passenger gets a card in the voting screen. The majority vote removes them from the train. Correct votes return sanity. Wrong votes cost more sanity than a correct vote gives back. And if a dangerous passenger survives, everyone loses sanity anyway. Sanity controls a couple of different things. For example, while every single player has their own sanity, there's also a shared sanity. So when players vote, even if you vote wrong and it's not majority vote, you still lose sanity for yourself. There is a combined sanity where everyone's sanity gets averaged together. So be careful trusting your friends, because if they have low sanity, they may be seeing things that's not true or not actually there. That makes every vote a risk. Throwing everyone off is not a safe strategy at all, and doing nothing can lead to dangerous passengers traveling with you. Sanity is a system that turns a few bad decisions into a downward spiral. At high sanity, the train is mostly stable. As sanity drops, the game moves through disturbed, unstable, and sustained state. In a disturbed state, Sounds can play from nowhere, train signs can change, and posters become unreliable. In an unstable state, the lights flicker, the screen distorts, and some windows turn into glowing voids with messages staring back at you. At the lowest level, the train can switch emergency red lighting, create a dark copy of your character, place no passenger behind you, or fill carriage with blank passengers. Speaking of individual sanity, the lower your sanity gets, the more visual and auditory anomalies you will see and hear, making it harder for you to decide what's real and what's not. Sanity also controls the spawning system. At a shared high sanity, a dangerous spawn is more rare, and at lower sanity, the more common a dangerous spawn can happen. So the horror is not only visual. Losing sanity means future rounds contain more things that can make you lose even more sanity and make the run even more difficult. The current build also tracks the journey across multiple stops, like correct votes, wrong votes, missed anomalies, average sanity, and which stations have already appeared. That data feeds into a small route and ending system. Playing carefully can reveal a hollow line station. Reaching the end without finding the right route can loop the journey back into an infinite stop. I'm not going to spoil all the current endings, but currently there are 3 endings. There are also special route stops, but I'll keep that as a secret for now. I will reveal that when it's ready for a future devlog. Some of the route system is still in groundwork rather than fully presented story, but it gets a prototype something I really wanted from the beginning, which is the feeling that the train is noticing your decision and that everything matters. This is still a game jam build, and I do not want to pretend like it's finished by far. Station visuals need more variety. Some passenger behaviors need clearer tells, better animations, because a lot of them are missing. They need to polish the UI more, and the balance between fair clues and random chaos still needs a lot of testing. There are also moments where an NPC may get stuck, behave strangely for the wrong reason, or make a decision that only makes sense if you have only personally worked with Roblox Pathfinder. But the important part is that the core idea works. The train full of NPCs can create real suspicion, especially when the harmless passengers are allowed to be just as memorable as the monster. Now the goal is to make every ride feel less predictable, make every clue feel intentional, and make the line itself feel like a place players are afraid to understand. I also need to work on how I'm going to implement the story, as there is an actual story intertwined into this idea. If you want to see how the hollow line develops from here, let me know what part of the game you want to see expanded first. If you're interested in testing the game, or just giving ideas, or just joining the community, please join my Discord, link below. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next devlog.